Good day, friends, and welcome to part 15 of my Krastorio playthrough. So, just like I have promised, I have stocked up on mods. So, new to the crowd are the Bottleneck mod, which shows us if machines are working, paused, or not sufficiently... what's the word? Sufficiently refilled with materials. We can use that. So, also I have installed a new autofill mod, which just conveniently puts ammo into your gun turrets, which you drop down, which is really convenient. I was struggling so hard in the last episode because of that, so I've found a solution for that as well. The last one I have is the even distribution mod, which leads to which opens up an option to evenly distribute items between several receivers. So, oh yeah, I just realized that I don't have power poles right now, but oh well. I might as well start building a few bigger ones, because I had so many of the small ones, and they are cluttering up everything. So, just like I've said the last time, we're going to expand towards that copper field today. And also, I'm going to defeat those biters here, because I want to claim that sector here too. I want that coal, and I want a radar dish plucked down here. So let's build a new radar. There is a lack of electronic circuits because I'm lacking wood. Also, some brilliant mind in the comment sections showed me that the fuel delivery system here is quite inefficient. So I've did some math. I'll never be able to sufficiently sustain these thingies here just with wood, just basically because the wood has way too few megajoules to sufficiently power this plant. Right now everything is just working because the power here, the satisfaction and production ratios are in balance. But once this thing kicks up to full speed, these belts won't be sufficient anymore. But there's a solution to the problem. It's called coke. Coke makes more pollution, sure, but coke also has 9 megajoules of energy. It's a combination product out of wood and coal. It's basically upgraded coal. So my basic idea here is to replace all these coal lines with coke lines, because there's just, well, except for the pollution part, coke only has advantages compared to coal. I can bring it down to numbers at some point if you're interested, but for now, let's get rid of the biters and build the other new stuff. Oh, also, I wanted to grab some rocks because I need furnaces. So let's stand here and absorb some rocks. Yum. Okay. That's enough for how many? Where are my furnaces, man? There. 46. Okay, that's more than enough for my plans for now. All right. So let's kick some biter butt and enjoy the new autofill mod I have installed. It's gonna be a lot easier than before, and I also noticed that I don't have grenades locked into this spot here. I want grenades. I don't want loaders in that tab. I don't need loaders in that tab. A military tab. Okay. Oh, totally forgot I wanted to show this forest who's boss. Well, jokes aside, I want to have a quick way to retreat from those biters if anything goes wrong, so there we go. Carving up a nice path here in between. Since I can grow wood in greenhouses, I don't need to spare the forests in my vicinity for wood. Alright. Enough. Bombing forests is just way too much fun, don't you think? Okay, so let's use this. Oh, the turret creep. Finally a valid strategy. It's just not working without mods in general. And there you have it. With mods it's quite easy. Okay, getting rid of those worms with my sniper rifle. So, I don't know. For now, I'd even say with Krastorio fighting is a lot easier, but, well, I don't know what baddies will be tossed in my way later on, so I don't wanna say anything wrong here about difficulty levels to begin with. I think repair kits are also quite a fitting candidate for my military tab. Because when I fight, usually structures of mine get damaged too, and whoops, that was some invisible acid laying under my turret. Nasty. Okay. While I'm at it, I'm also going to destroy that other biter hive north of us here. So I'm finally cleansed of this area. So say hi to my wife's nose. Okay. Let's drop down some real power cords. Well, the only real difference is that they're... Oh well, they have a lot of differences in wire reach and in supply area. So dropping down some power on the field here too. Alright. Oh, I can't wait to get rid of all these cliffs at some point. They're so annoying. Okay. So, let's build some more electric poles while we're running around. I really need some automated facility to build these for me. Because I don't want to return to small electric poles at this point anymore. The large ones are just better. There's nothing to return to. Okay. Now then. I've read that you can collect this purple stuff underground and do things with it later on. I think you need it for some technological research later. So, really curious about the new features of Krastorio, but for today we are going to do some more biter cleaning because I don't want to risk my facilities getting attacked by biters in the future too early. And these camps I'm destroying right now, they are so close to my base. Once the pollution radius expands more, they'll get attacked. Pretty sure about that, so I'll take precautionary measures here. There we go. That's way more like it. If you don't have to toss in those ammo magazines every time you drop down a turret, everything gets so much easier. I don't know why this game features gun turrets that don't need electricity to run, but I don't judge. I like them. Okay, so there you have it. My turrets need to defend something. Why? I have nothing on the radars up there, so we need to put up radar coverage of over this peninsula now as well. The biters are a little bit angry about me destroying their homes. I wonder why. So there you have it, Krastorio 15 home office edition. So whole family is hanging around at home. I hope yours is too, because nowadays you can't really leave home, and I strongly encourage everybody to do so until this whole COVID-19 nightmare is over. Okay. Big rock. Well, I'm gonna grab up some of those. I'm always gonna be needing some stones in between. And let's craft those furnaces. 50 of them. And I want to gather some resources to craft another radar dish. Also, this forest has been in my way too long. Bow down, trees. In real life, I'm a very, very nature-loving person. That's why I enjoyed so much to be mean to nature in this game. Do those things you can't do in real life in games. I like this motto. Okay. Also, oh yeah, that's another one I installed. I installed another mod which marks empty miners. I already did some cleansing back on my tour there, but yeah, it looks like this. They get automatically X'd out, so it's easier to recognize them. Okay. I wanted materials for radar. I need copper for that. So let's go to the smeltery and grab some. I got asked why I have so much space between my smelters, because you could just cram them up close by close. It's an aesthetic decision, actually. Honestly, it's just because I like the looks of a longer stretched smelting facility more. And let's be honest, this game offers so much space. If you want it, you can do that. I mean, it's more efficient to clump them together, for sure. I understand it. But I'm a big fan of doing different designs. Heck, next time, next run, I'll do 5 of them crammed together, then an empty spot, and then 5 again, or something like that. It just pleases my eye to differentiate my builds from run to run, or everything's just the same. I don't know. Just why I'm doing this, because I got asked why I'm building like this. Okay, so I think it's time to carve some more paths to through this wood, because once I have my car, I want to be able to drive here. So we're gonna pave some roads now for later. Because I can already tell that this direction, maybe not my direction where I expand my factory into, but it's going to be the direction where I'm going to be grabbing a lot of resources from. So we need to free up this area as well, because wherever I grab resources, there's something I want to defend. So there we go. So let's smoothen out that curve here a little bit, so I have some space to range my car around. There we go. Okay. Widen this place a little bit up. Alright, there we go. So now I have this huge copper ore field. So 30 miners can be attached to one belt, 15 on each side. It's 60 for red belts. Since I'm carrying around red belts, I'm really tempted to do something like this, because it's way easier to do it like this. So let's think a moment. 30 on each side, that's going to be quite difficult, but well, I'm just gonna count them in pairs, I guess. That makes the most sense. Or oh, whatever. I guess it's the easiest way to just block them down and then count them while connecting. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna do something like this, and now we rotate. Okay. So I'm trying to deplete this area completely, because there's so much ore on this field. I don't want to leave anything behind. Okay, I'm gonna go down another square to grab that little outcropping here as well. And then we go to the next one. There we go. So, oh, it's not a smart way how they're facing. I want to change that. So let's rotate that whole column. There we go. just realized that it's way better when they're facing each other. So that's how we're going to proceed here. This copper patch will last for a long time, but not forever, I think. So same procedure here as well. Don't know if I have enough miners. Alright. So I guess this might be overcooking my power grid if I actually turn this one on, because every 10 miners you have 1 megawatt of energy consumption, and I've just dropped down 106 of those. So, and I'm not done yet. Worst part is I'm not done yet. Oh dear. So no chance my my little energy array I'm having up there will be sufficiently powered to do that. To do this. Oh no, it's actually not all the 106 already. It was only the first stack being depleted. Okay, but we're going to count these anyways because I need to weigh out the belt load a little bit. Okay, so what did we do here? Let's go for this thingy. It counts the ones. 91. Okay. What did I say back there? You can attach 30 or 60. So it's either 3 lanes with yellow belts or 1.5 lanes with red belts. But I'm not gonna activate this complex just as of now, because it would just cripple my power production completely. The moment I turn this thing on, following things will happen. The workload on this power facility will rise insanely, and it'll start chowing down all the backed up wood I have here, and I don't know how long, but at some point all my power sources will just run dry, and I already had that. It's a pain if your power grid is insufficiently what's the word? Supported by enough coal or fuel in general. The breakdowns and the ups and downs of power production which are happening because of that are just annoying to balance out. And you need to, yeah, I'm breaking my power cords here, I know. And you need to rebalance things a lot, and it's just way better to have a proper supply just to begin with. And that's why, enough of the talking about this, that's why I'm gonna claim this coal field down here and turn it right away into a coke production facility, because I'll just change the fuel sources real quick, and then I can turn on the mining area. So the only question I'm asking myself is, where will I produce my fuel now? And also, we need to pluck down one of these furnaces, and I need to check out how much resources they use per second to produce coke. Because I don't know that. I'm walking towards my greenhouses so I can use the tool to actually show me the consumptions and everything. Oh, there's a lot of dead miners down here too. Let's collect them for further use. Yep, gotta agree, this mod is really useful. And with all the new mods used, as usual, the mod list down in the description has been updated and you can just download them. Okay. Now then, coke. How much does it need? So the good news is one greenhouse supports more than a smelter. Bad news, it's a 1 point equation. Okay, so let's see how many of those I can add up for to hit the 0. I mean, you can solve questions like these mathematically as well, but can just do it like this. So third one, 0.4. So now then, 3. Okay, now we have it. On 5 coke smelters come 3 greenhouses, and then they're even with the wood. With the coal, we have a demand of 2 per second, so that'll sum up a need of 4 miners per 5. Okay, so I'll just count how many miners I can put down there, and then I can just split off the sufficient amount of their greenhouses in the direction of those, and then I can produce all the coke that's possible. Okay, since this is a very small patch, this should be done quite quickly. Can I just bomb away that green stuff? No. Sad. It's so hard to tell where the field starts and ends. Oh. So that's 10 smelters. Well, it's a little less than 20 smelters for coke, but whatever. Furnaces. It's furnaces, not smelters. Okay, whatever might be the case, we're going to do that now. Because it can really just turn on the new facility once I have a stronger fuel for my steam generation, steam power plant. Because I have the power I need, but under these circumstances I'll just run dry. Okay, so that means I need 6 greenhouses to supply this one. And also I'm going to let these run together. Oh well, let's do it a little bit more effective here, because there's really no need for me to waste so many belts here. Just gonna unite them here and split them up later. Alright. So I'm gonna harvest a few trees for a change instead of bombing them. Because I don't have that much wood right now in my pocket. I mean, it would be quicker to bomb them, but I just need that little patch cleared, and I don't want to destroy my own facilities here. There we go. Okay. So I think the old mining areas will be perfect for the production of coke in the long run. So let's do that. All I need to do is to cut the inefficient road down here and lay it down here. And remove those. Alright. Sounds like my son wants something to eat. I know that voice when he wants some more food. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna leave that space open for more greenhouses if needed, and I'm gonna build the coke production here, And I'm gonna expand the power production towards here or here if necessary, because I think those parts would be fitting together quite well. And later on, I'm gonna do something to fuel my smelters with coke as well, but that's a thing of the future. So, yeah, and now I just got caught in my words and totally forgot what I wanted to do. I wanted to dump all that iron ore because I really don't want it. So there we have it. That was the even distribution mod in action. So as you saw, well, I'm gonna show it later when I have something else I want to dump into structures. I haven't used it yet, but I understood quite quickly how it works. It's always a good sign if you do that. Okay, so we have only enough space for one smelter array anyway, so let's do that. That's 5 of them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. So I'll need 6 greenhouses split away from that main cluster. Well, there. This one. Okay, so I need to cut off this and that and this. Oh well. No. It's actually good. So that's these, and we're going to output over this direction. And well, yeah, perfect. Can do this real easily. What's wrong with you guys? You don't get water? Why isn't there no water connection for us? Everybody else is having water? Oh, and I placed them wrongly. Huh, so there you see the Bottleneck mod in action. That's why you use it. Awesome. Never noticed that I misplaced the greenhouses there, so there you see why that mod is wonderful. Okay. Let's repair that thing real quick. I mean, this makes everything just easier for me. This is completely unnecessary at that point. We'll just output them over here. And I'm gonna let these run into a... well, whatever. So... here we go. Just a quick work around here. Alright. So now to sever this from that splitter, we're gonna do the same thing as before over here, but I won't use these anytime too long anymore, but I want to make sure everything still works. Look there, grab some coal from somewhere. Okay. And we're going to get this over there. And then I need to get the coal I'm just harvesting somehow into a handle, more friendly way to handle. Okay. So let's get rid of a few of those trees. Well, I love it how I set myself some goals in the last episode and do something completely different during the next episode. But, well, getting my power grid to a level where it actually works is very important, so I can't delay that, especially if I want to stress my power system out like that. Okay, now then, I need an empty line here, so there we go. Shouldn't that work? Or I think the problem was that I didn't have this construction here. No? Okay. Ah, it was facing the wrong direction. Oopsie. That was not my intention. Sever this here. Okay. Now then, let's do the same thing here. Okay, so I'll just merge it in here. Oh well. Still a little bit awkward, but whatever, it works. I'm gonna feed it over here into the system, and then I have what I need. Okay. So the only question I'm asking myself is how many boilers will that sufficiently feed. But coke is a very, very efficient substance, so I mean, that stuff has a fuel value of 9, so that's 9 times as efficient as wood. Well, so if somebody would be so kind to do the math about that, I would be very, very grateful. I'm gonna do that in between if I find the time for that as well. So this stuff consumes at max times 1.5 megawatt per second. So somebody told me that 1 megajoule is roughly 1 megawatt. So, or exactly, I don't know. So that'll mean basically one of those machines can run off 1 piece of coke for 6 seconds. So there we have it. I'm gonna put that on my thought list, because right now I can't calculate stuff like that on the fly. I admire people who are able to do that, but I'm not one of those. So we're having bigger power poles. That means I need less overall. Okay, wonderful. There we go. So I have such an insane overproduction of wood at this point. Well, I think I can safely do some adjustments here to bring up a second smelter array of that coke. But I'm not going to do it for now. For now, I'm just going to try if that one, how far I'll get with that one column. So these guys produce 4 coke per second. That's 36 megawatt. Oh, now I'm doing it on my own. Oh, I love it when the brain does the exact opposite of what you're saying. But whatever, now we started it. That's 20 of them, so they'll need 30 per second, 30 megawatt per second. This place produces 36, so yeah, it should work. It should be enough for the whole array. Okay, forget what I said before. Just prove me wrong if I'm wrong. Okay. Wanna add this to a single lane, and this going to be our new fuel supplier. But this will make our power generation a lot dirtier. Keep that in mind. So whoever pointed that one out, I'm very, very grateful, because I had a lot of trouble to sustain my power production here, and I guess that was the main mistake, to assume that I would be able to sustain my needs here of this facility just with wood. Wood is just not strong enough for that. I came to an understanding, and yeah, let that be a lesson. I think basically it's possible, but you would need other belts for that. You would really need other belts for that. The yellow belts have no chance of sustaining you through this. So here we have it. You go for the even distribution like that, and now I'm holding control while doing this, and it just calculated how all the machines get the same amount of wood by doing that. So it's pretty useful. Okay, now then, we have everything set up here. Now I can turn on the miners. I just want to check for a second here if everything's working out as intended, but yeah. This place is way dirtier than before, but more efficient than ever. So I can think about how to change that greenhouse area in the future, because I don't need that much wood anymore. But I also tune up my defenses up here, because there were a lot of biters attacking lately here. So that's that. I'm not happy with 10 magazines here, so here's what I'm gonna do. Because those were the turrets which were stressed out the most so far. I'm going to hold control and shift it over like this, and there we go. Okay, maybe I don't know how to use it yet. Well, whatever. They have now all a lot of ammo. I don't, but that's nothing to worry about. It's just grab up some more ammo. My power plant is now secure. Possibly should should put down some security to my coke smelter as well. So I want to grab some mags and some more miners, because I ran low on these as well, and some more belts. Alright. So I now have really lots of red belts in my pocket, but I wanted those. Alright. Now then, I'm going to destroy those biters up ahead of me here, and going to drop down another radar dish, because the time of this episode is slowly running short already, and I don't want to start a big mining and smelting ops at the end of an episode, because it's just going to be a lot of work, and I'm going to work with red belts the first time, so I'm going to talk a lot about that too. I'm pretty sure the time won't be sufficient for that, so... But I want to know where those biters come from, honestly. This peninsula up ahead of me must have some enemies on it, which respawned during the last few days. It's the only way I can explain it to myself, because that camp here is really far away. Can't imagine that the biters are coming from there, but wait. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. It's definitely worth controlling that area, because it's that narrow and easy to seal off. It seems to be a natural choke point to build a defense around. Okay. Now then, we're going to drop this here. And I'm also putting down some of those. I don't want it to use those rifle magazines by default, but okay. Wait a sec, I'm forgetting to extract the power. Okay. Oh. Let's check out where those spiders come from. Alright. Now we can see further, and it seems to be that hive, I guess. Oh well. Whatever might be the case, I'll just grab up some ammo and roast them. So, my first little iron ore patch is starting to deplete. Turns fill for me on and off. Ah, see. I want that enabled, it's so good. Okay. Now, I have some ammo. And I think it was because I didn't have ammo in my pocket exactly. So the game doesn't use the ammo I have here, it just uses the ammo in my inventory. I guess I could configure that otherwise, but well. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of work to change up my smelters as well. Because now that I think more closely about it, there's really no reason not to use coke instead of coal. Actually, it's just a waste of energy if you don't upgrade your coal to coke. Because coal has a burn value of 4 megajoule, and you almost double it by combining them together, so... Okay, I'm starting to get into this mess from this direction. And consider the biter slaughtering as the outro of this episode, friends. Okay, going to produce some more sniper ammo. And then we're good to go. So basically, I guess the main topics of this episode were just me talking a lot about the pros and cons between wood and coke and coal. But, well... I got something done here. If I look at this place, I see that I got something done. Also, I got rid of a lot of biters. That's also really good. So let's secure our territory for now, and we're going to see what'll happen next. Okay, I'm going to let my turrets do the dirty work with the little biters, and I'm just going up ahead and getting rid of the worms, so those are not wrecking my turrets. I really like that sniper rifle, it's a wonderful weapon. Overall, the gunplay part is one of the best parts about Krastorio, really. That's the part, the gunplay part is the one I enjoy the most so far. Like, fighting is so much more fun the way they let guns work. I really like that. Alright. So, sounds like somebody's over there is getting hungry. Oh, what's that stuff up there? Crude oil. Oh, that's yellow now? Okay. Wasn't that black a few episodes ago? Am I slowly turning senile? Who knows? Pretty sure that stuff was black a few episodes ago. Alright, so there's a big hive here. For the bigger hive, I got wrecked by one of those before, so I'm just dropping down some turrets and checking out where the worms are. So I can't reach the worms from that angle. Could change the angle to from where I shoot. So there we go. Dropping down enough turrets to get rid of the respawns is very, very important, I think. Worm's getting deafed by tons of little biters body blocking for him. So I think now I got all of the big worms, so can dismount all these turrets I've had before. And close into the bigger hive. Okay, friends, so while the biters are dying, feel free to drop me some comments below if you want to tell me anything or answer some questions I've asked during the run. I would be super happy about any thumbs up on this episode as well, because that helps me a lot. Even more happy I am if you drop me a subscription on my channel, if you want to support me and my work even more. If none of those, just let me thank you for watching my episode, because that means a damn lot to me, watching me playing video games while talking to myself. So friends, I just hope you come for the next episode as well, and until then, take good care, stay healthy, and goodbye.